Guys, welcome back to the Jays Fit Down Podcast. I'm your host, Jaden, and today we're going to be talking about football here. Got the NFL draft coming up here on Thursday, April 25th, going through April 27th. So I'll give my little top few picks, my preview for the top 10 picks here. But before we get into that, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Check us out here on YouTube. We're also on all audio podcast platforms. Make sure you check out my latest book, Connected, which is available for purchase on Amazon.com. I'll put a link in the description below. Let's begin, guys. So, before we get into the draft, Matt Ryan, just a few housekeeping things. Matt Ryan retired yesterday with the Falcons after 15 years with the franchise, and then he went to the Colts. He's played a year there. He retired. So now, the question is, a lot of people are asking is, should he go to the Hall of Fame? My thoughts on that are this: Matt Ryan is statistically one of the better quarterbacks of this decade, like of the 2000s. He's top 10 in passing yards, touchdowns, completion percentage, all that stuff. And for the Falcons, of course, their franchise best quarterback as far as statistics are concerned. However, do I think he's a Hall of Fame block? I'm not so sure. He'll get in based off of his numbers, obviously, because that's just how it is. Even if you don't have a Super Bowl, but I think now if Dan Marino got in, he'll get in. But he fizzled out toward the end of his career. Not as far as I know a lot of Falcons fans are going to come for me. I just haven't really been that big a fan of Matt. Always, I never really he's been all right, but it's just now he's going to go into retirement. So we'll see what happens there. See if he makes the Hall of Fame. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about that. But going through the top 10 picks here of the draft. So at number 1, we got the Bears taking I got them taking Caleb Williams. This is just pretty obvious. I don't know who else they would pick here, and I don't think they're going to trade out of it for sure. Got to get your quarterback of the future. Pick number 2, got the Washington Commanders. Now, first I had them taking Drake May. Then kind of their focus started to shift a little bit towards Jaden Daniels out of LSU. So it's looking more and more likely that he'll go there at number 2 to the Commanders. Then to pick number 3, we got the Patriots. I got them taking Drake May. Again, flip-flop the second and third pick there with the Patriots and the Commanders. Patriots got to get their quarterback of the future. They got to. You're at a position right now where you're as a franchise. You got a new head coach. New England's got to figure it out. And it starts with getting your franchise quarterback. Then build around him. Get some receivers. Get stuff like that. You got solid running backs. You got a solid defense. Now that offense has got to be able to move the football up and down the field. That's been their struggle the past couple of years, and getting Drake May helps you with that. Pick number 4, the Arizona Cardinals. I got them taking Marvin Harrison Jr. That hasn't changed. He's the best receiver in this class. And it's not by a mile because Malik Neighbors is kind of right behind him there as far as production. He's really good. He's a very, very talented player. But I got Marvin Harrison going there to the Cardinals. Kyler Murray's going to be back. You got to get him a receiver. I think it'd be huge for them. We'll see what happens. Now, remember, guys, now keep this in mind. Things happen on draft night. So my whole, outside of the first pick, I could be completely wrong. Who knows? That's, that's why we make mock drafts. This is why us as analysts, we make these mock drafts, things like that, because, we don't know what's actually going to happen, but we usually have a general good idea. And so that being said, at pick number 5, the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, this is a team in a situation where they have got to get a receiver for Justin Herbert. They absolutely have to do it. You trade away Keenan Allen to the Bears. You get rid of Mike Williams, and he signs with the Jets. But you got to get a receiver for Justin Herbert. You got to get him a catching option there. And Jim Harbaugh taking over, I imagine he's going to impose his style of offense there. So we'll see how that looks for them. But still, this class is too talented at the receiver position for them to not take one right there. And so moving on to pick number 6, the New York Giants, right? So the Giants here. Now, I talked about this recently on my last episode of the podcast about the Giants. They're in a situation right now. It's not ideal. It's not pretty, but this is what it is. It is what it is. So they signed Daniel Jones to that big extension. Now it's like, okay, whether it was warranted or not, it wasn't to me. So now you got your quarterback locked up. So the best thing for you right now is to get a receiver. And this class is, again, loaded. So Malik Neighbors, I'm sorry, not Malik Neighbors. That I'm trying to remember who I had them going to. Who I had going to them at 6. I mean at 5. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I messed up, guys. Forgive me. It's been a long morning. But yeah. So I had Malik Neighbors going to the Chargers, and then Rome Odunze going to the Giants. So anyway, yeah, Rome Odunze, he's like the third best receiver to me in this class. He a very good contested ball catcher. Great vertical speed down the field. Can run a variety of routes. So I like, when I watch his tape, I like him. I like how he moves, and I think this would be a good pick for the Giants right here. Then at 7, I got the Titans taking Joe Alt, offensive tackle out of Notre Dame. Very talented player. They feel a need right here at that position because their offensive line has been abysmal the last couple years. Falcons at pick number 8. Dallas Turner. This again hasn't changed for me. He's, edge rusher is a dire position to need for the Falcons. They got to get edge rusher. They need help, bad help with that because they haven't had a pass rusher get over 10 sacks, double-digit sacks in general since Vic Beasley in 2016, and we all know what happened to him after that. He just disappeared. And now he's like, I don't even know what he's doing right now. Then you got the Bears at pick number 9. I also had them taking the edge player, this being Jared Verse. Now, this could really – the Falcons could take Jared Verse at 8 or Latu from UCLA, I believe is where he went. So, but the general consensus is that they're going to go with Dallas Turner. But, either one of those other two could possibly be on the board for the Falcons. However, at 9, with my mock draft sticking with it, we got Jared Verse at edge. This would be a great complement to that defense because offensively they're set. You're going to have Caleb Williams. You're going to have Keenan Allen. You're going to have DJ Moore. Solid running back room. You can maybe add one in the draft in the later rounds. Add a lineman or two in the later rounds. So, or a corner. But for right now, then they got the Jets taking Brock Bowers at 10. Now, originally, I had him going to the Colts, and he still might, but this wouldn't be a far out move. I mean, get Aaron Rodgers some more receiving help, and he's very talented. So either way, he could still go to Indianapolis, but I think for right now, him going to the Jets is my top prediction right now. So that's pretty much going to wrap us up for the episode, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to do a final preview before we got into the draft this week. And that's, like I said, that's coming up on Thursday. So make sure you check it out. It'll be on ABC, ESPN, NFL Network, like usual. Also, after this, we're going to be getting into rookie mini camp and regular mini camp and then training camp. So throughout the summer. So really, season will be here before we know it. So it's like, it's a lot left to cover. So stay tuned with us, even in college football as well. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date on everything going on, and share it with your friends. Make sure you grab a copy of my book, Connected. It's on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below. We'll see you next time on Jay's Fifth Down.